Hi everyone, my name is Samaya and I'm a founder at UX Woman. And today I wanted to just explore the topic of, are AI-powered job searches really worth it or are they not that great? And so to kind of figure out whether it was worth it to do an AI-powered job search, what I did was I started applying to jobs over the summer. So for the last 6 weeks, I've been manually applying to lead roles that are remote, manager roles that are remote. But I've also had AI working alongside me for about a month to apply to jobs for me as well. So I wanted to show you that process. So I'm just going to share my screen. And I wanted to, A/B test myself, the human, against AI and AI's capability and see what got me the best results, right? So I wanted to start with the AI tool I'm using. So I basically just went on Google and I clicked, AI-based job searches or did, a very quick cursory search to find tools, and I found this one tool. So what you can see here is that the AI has already applied to 200 remote lead UX roles for me. And so far in the last, 4 to 6 weeks that I've been using this product, I've received no interviews from using this dashboard. And I can actually go check because whenever a researcher or recruiter or designer reaches out to me, I can see whether, it was me that applied to the job or whether it was AI that was applying on my behalf. And I know that AI has been doing a good job applying for me because not only do I see this dashboard, but I also get text messages and emails showcasing that, hey, you've applied for this job. Thank you for applying. So it is doing its job. So I'm wondering, why haven't I received any recruiter calls from applying to AI through an AI-based portal? So the next thing I do is, as AI is applying for me, I'm also doing my own manual AI, not AI, human-powered job search. And I don't know if you know this about UX Woman, but what we do is we offer an entry-level UX jobs board, which is updated monthly, but it's also updated weekly for our VIP subscribers who subscribe at 67 per month. So just for the price of a coffee, you can get, fresh job updates every week. And we post this open source, right? So if you want to subscribe to the monthly free version, you can go on our website and you can take a look at these jobs. We also recently created a remote UX designer jobs board. So you can see here that, again, the free version is updated monthly. You can get access to the paid version by subscribing, and that's updated weekly. And so what I started doing for my own human manual job search was I started applying to jobs manually, and I applied to about the same number, I think a little bit less than AI, but I applied to maybe 100 to 150 jobs. And I personally, refresh these jobs board every week. So it's easy for me to do those types of applications. And I ended up getting 6 recruiter calls in the last 6 weeks from my human-based manual job search. So I'm going to tell you how I did it and trends I've been noticing this summer as the job search gets a little bit more competitive. So my first, recruiter screener was with Squarespace, and it was because I actually had a contact. My past manager at Disney put me in touch with the manager at Squarespace, and I've been networking with them over the last year. And so they're very aware that I'm really interested in their company. So it's been more through a personal connection and a former manager that I worked with recommending me and speaking highly of me to Squarespace. I also got a recruiter call from Chick-fil-A, and it was a really interesting job, and I was excited about it, but that fell through. I also then ended up getting, and I'm just checking my notes here for where I got these recruiter screeners. I also got a bunch of calls for startups. So the last 4 recruiter calls I got were for a UX research-based AI platform, a fintech platform, a winery platform, and a local Philly-based recruiter who reached out and saw my profile. But I did say no to that job because I'm looking for fully remote jobs, and that was a hybrid role. So it's really interesting to see that, the jobs that, or the people who reached out to me were through my manual searches and through how I optimized my LinkedIn profile. So I wanted to show you how, what really helped me with this job search this summer. I'm still going through interviews. I will keep you posted. But what I noticed is it's really important to have the right SEO for your LinkedIn profile. And what do I mean by SEO? I mean search engine optimization. So all your titles, all your descriptions really need to be thoughtful so that recruiters can find you very easily on LinkedIn. And you can see who's viewing your profile and you can see who is using LinkedIn Recruiter to view your profile. So again, the optimization of your profile is really important to start having recruiters reach out to you. In fact, from these 6 interviews, 3 of those recruiters just found me based on my profile and how I had optimized my profile. So that is really, really important, first and foremost. And if you're struggling with writing a really great LinkedIn profile, we actually offer a service at UX Woman, which is a UX resume writing service. So if you go to our products and services tab, what you will see is um, you get a UX resume rewrite to land Fortune 500 interviews. And so you can, go there and you can book this resume rewrite. It's a 60-minute session with me. And what we do is we will rewrite your resume. We have a really thoughtful template that passes ATS systems, but then you would also use your reworked resume to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And we show you how to do that. So that's just something to consider. So that was one thing that got me 3 recruiter calls out of 6. Personal networking got me 1 of those calls. And so what about the other 2? So the other 2 I actually applied online and I basically got selected. And I find, and this is, not, I think it's a pretty well-kept secret in the job search community, but I think everyone should know about it. I really like to apply to jobs that are recent, right? So any job that has been made available in the past week or the past couple of days is really important. So if I type in UX designer into jobs, I see there's, 2,900 results on LinkedIn. And what I end up doing is then I end up filtering it based on date posted. So past week is probably the your best chance of getting a job. And the more, I see Greenhouse Software, senior content designer, they posted this job 4 days ago. So I'm more likely to be called for an interview here by a recruiter than if I was going for a job, say, that was posted in the past month. Let's take a look now. I see, some of these were posted, 5 hours ago from Google DeepMind. So that's a really great one. And I know that, I'll be on top of the list because I was the earliest to apply 3 hours ago. So you can see some people repost. We already see that there's over 100 applicants here. NPR put out their senior product designer role 2 weeks ago. So, I might be more at the middle of the list or the end of the list for NPR. So it's really interesting. Ooh, Tinder came out with one. So you see, yeah, I get really distracted. But you see how by applying faster and trying to be at the top of the list, you just have a better chance. And that's how I got 2 of my interviews so far. So I just wanted to give you kind of the behind the scenes of the job search. It can be really grueling. I'm still determining whether I should cancel my AI powered job search. It's been 200 applications already. And I don't know. What do you think? What do you think I should do? Because I really, I've also been reading about how, more AI data centers are being created by some of the FANG companies like Meta and Google and Amazon. And they're really taking up a lot of resources that are, resources that people need and communities need. So I've been reading a lot about how water consumption, these data centers are taking up a lot of water from local communities, and a lot of communities are being hurt by this. Even, in fact, in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh, the electricity prices have gone up because of AI data centers, and all of our personal electricity bills are all increasing because of AI. So it makes me wonder, if AI isn't doing that great of a job, I've literally A/B tested the human versus the AI for at least for the last 6 weeks to a month. And and this subscription is pretty pricey. It's $100 a month. So For me, it's going to be a no. Everything's kind of stacked against this from the data I'm seeing from my very quick experiment. But what do you think? What would you do? Is my question to you. I think I'm going to cancel. I think I'm going to go with a human-powered, me-powered job search. But I'd be curious to see what you're going to do. So thank you for listening to this mini experiment.